5 o'clock on a Wednesday, and it's time for
Craig and Ryland's Magic Review Show.
I'm Craig.
I'm Ryland.
Welcome back to another review show right here on Magic TV. We've got 5 tricks this week, right?
Yeah.
5 tricks, bumper edition, 5 tricks, looking at 5 of the latest tricks that have hit the Magic market. Thank you very much for joining us here. We're going to get straight on with it because there's a lot to get through. Let's start off with the first trick. So the first thing that we're going to be looking at this week is a badge holder by Jota from Project Jota. Now, we've liked a lot of Jota stuff in the past, and then the last thing we looked at, we didn't like it, was that no effing way. Do you remember that? And we thought that was really pants. That was not a very good trick at all.
It was.
Yeah, that effing card. Yeah. Well, he's back, and he's back with a vengeance because he's back on form. I really like badge holder. Do you?
Yeah.
Basically, what you have here is you have the sort of badge
that you.
Hard. It's not the easiest trick in the world. There's a lot to remember, and we'll get into that in a minute. But what it is basically is it's one of those ID badges that you have around your neck.
Yeah.
And the idea is there's a whole multi-phased routine with 5 moments of magic, and those 5 moments of magic are actually really strong. And you can do the whole routine if you want to, or you can adapt it and just do 1 phase or a 2nd phase or a 3rd phase. It's totally up to you. I'm going to perform it, and I'm going to do a variation of the 5-phase routine so you can see what the whole thing's about. Sound good? Yeah. So I'm going to do that performance, and then we'll talk about the pros and the cons. There's some good points, there's some bad points, but we'll get to that in a minute. First of all, let's have a look at a performance. Okay, Ryan, I'm going to show you something with the deck of playing cards, okay?
Yes.
But before I do, I should point this out. This is an ID badge.
Yeah.
You get this when you go to conventions. You had one of these when you went to Blackpool, right?
Yes.
Now, I got this from America when I was over at Penguin in Columbus. And you see it's got my name on the front, because obviously this was my ID card. But you see I've put a dollar bill in there.
Yeah.
I actually bought this back from America because this is a magic dollar bill. It makes magic happen.
Is it magic? Because you had no money left. You took it out. And then when you took it out and you spent it, there's a $100 bill in there.
No. It's even better than that. I'll show you. But it starts with you picking a playing card, okay?
Yeah.
So 52 cards, 52 possibilities.
Like a playing card magic.
Yeah. So just any time you want to, just say stop.
Stop.
There?
Yeah.
Have a look at the card. Remember it. Don't forget it. Show everybody. Do not show me. You got it?
Yeah.
Put the card back there. We're going to leave the card down in the middle, and just so you know that it's lost in there, we'll give the cards a couple of cuts, and then we'll leave the cards inside the box. We'll get back to that a little bit later on, okay? Now, most magicians would go through this deck and now find the card, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use my ID badge right here, or more importantly, not the ID badge, but I'm actually going to use the dollar bill inside the ID badge. Do you see it there?
Yeah.
I want you to watch really carefully. Don't watch my name. Watch the...
I feel like the dollar bill is very suspicious.
Well, watch the dollar bill. It's going to happen on 3. You ready? 1, 2, 3.
What?
See, I can actually change it right there into a playing card. How weird
no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, but it's not just changed into any playing card, right? That's what's absolutely amazing with this. Let me just go in here and get it out. You're not going to believe this. If I can just... My fingers aren't long enough. There you go. It's coming. Here we go. If I just take it out of here, you can see it's actually changed, not just into any playing card, but into a particular playing card. It's actually changed into the 5 of spades. Was that your card?
Yes.
Now, how good's that?
That's him.
That I was able to get that 5 of spades to change places with the dollar bill. But the question is, where's the dollar bill? Well, this deck has been here the whole time, right?
Yes.
It's been here the whole time, and you picked a card from this deck.
Yes.
If I cut the deck, you can see that the dollar bill is now inside there. But that's not the weird thing, right? You know what the weird thing is? Yeah. Check this out. If I spread through these cards, you're going to see that they're in new deck order. All of the diamonds, all of the spades, all of the hearts, all of the clubs. But check this out. Right where the 5 of spades is meant to be, it's missing. And instead is that dollar bill right there where the 5 of spades should be, which is really cool. But you know what?
What?
The dollar bill knew you would pick the 5 of spades.
That's
not only did it change places with the dollar bill, not only did the dollar bill go into the deck at the exact point that you picked a card, but it knew that you would pick the 5 of spades, because if you look at it over there, it has, I think that's George Washington, I think, maybe, but it actually has on there, you will, you know, it's got, well, you can show the camera.
It says 5 of spades.
It says 5 of spades. Check that out. There it is, the 5 of spades.
That was done very well.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I really like this. I do like it. I like the idea of carrying. I've still got the thing on my neck. I didn't realise.
You did it on the intro then.
I know, right? I like the idea of carrying this around your neck. I think that's really good. It takes up no pocket space. I also think it's an interesting talking point. If you're doing corporates or trade shows, this would absolutely make sense. You could even adapt it. So if you were doing a trade show, the bit where there's a QR code and you've wrote your name, you could just put the company logo there very, very easily. So it is really adaptable for...
Glue your company note.
Yeah, exactly. It is really good. Now, the moment where I cut and the dollar bill was in the deck, I actually changed that from Jota's original handling. Jota does this thing where he riffles up the deck and the bill pops out. It's a little bit like the thing that Mike Powers did years ago with the mini playing card out the deck, which is fine, but I actually preferred just the cutting of the deck. I thought that was a better handling for it, for me at any rate, to be perfectly honest. The one thing that I will say is the stuff with the badge. It's not difficult, but it's going to take practice.
Yeah.
It's very deceptive, like that moment where the dollar bill is inside there and then all of a sudden it just changes into a playing card. Very, very deceptive. And the gimmick will stay in place and it's ready to go whenever you need it. The fiddly part is taking the card out and switching the gimmick for the five of spades. That's something that, it's not that easy, is it? It's something that will take a little bit of practice.
From behind them. Man, it looked hard.
Yeah, right. It's something that takes a little bit of practice, and the point is, you're not going to be doing this like open it up and doing it in half an hour. It's going to take practice to get it to a level where you're actually comfortable doing it in the real world. That's something that's worth knowing. The rest of it isn't that difficult to do. There is no option for English currency. The way that this is designed and the way the gimmick is designed, it has to be an American dollar bill. I personally think that is fairly coverable in any country. You know, I use American coins.
I just came back from
America.
You had to carry one of these round.
Exactly. Or you could just say, hey, I've got this American dollar bill. I mean, that's what I say with coins. I pull American coins out. I do something with American coins. Why would a dollar bill be any different? So it's not an issue, but it's something worth knowing. You can't kind of adapt the presentation to, or adapt the gimmick to an English currency or a euro or something like that. That's not going to work. Pros for this, you don't really need a table. There's no table required. Once they've picked the card, you can put the deck into their hand, absolutely fine, and they can hold on to that for the rest of the routine. It's relatively easy to do other than handling the actual badge. And you're left with a regular deck of cards, so you could go into another routine. Yeah. However, they need to be in new deck order in order to have that kicker where it appears right next to the 6 and the 6 and the 4 of spades. So if you were going to go into another trick, you couldn't reset the trick because now the deck's out of order and it'd take a nightmare to actually reset. Unless you want to omit that phase. So you could just have it so the dollar bill just appears in the deck and you don't show that it's right where it is, where the 5 of spades should have been. But, or you can just put the deck away and go to something else. I mean, there's lots of different options, really. What you got to add? You got any questions on this? Because I know you didn't learn it and I did. You got any questions?
You've answered pretty much most of them.
The one thing I will say is, like a lot of Jota stuff, it's very expensive. I can't remember how much exactly, but it's like 60 quid or something for what is in essence. I don't think the props are worth that much. I think it's a good trick, and if you like the trick and you've got the disposable income, then go for it, absolutely fine. But it's not a cheap trick to perform. It's not a cheap trick. It's like fairly expensive. But there's a lot to it. The visual of the bill changing into the playing card is amazing. I reckon we'll see a lot of that on Instagram. I reckon we'll see a lot of TikTok magicians and Instagram magicians just like changing it, and then there'll be a cut and then they'll pull the card out. I think that's probably how this is going to end up working out on social media. But yeah, it's good. It's restaurants as well. I think this would work really well with restaurants, because I think you could actually have your picture on the badge, and you could say, "Hey, my name is Craig" or something. I'm the magician, and you could actually come over and have that there and incorporate that into the presentation in a restaurant. I think that would be really smart as well. The visual of the change is great. It's just going to take a little bit of practice. It's quite expensive. But other than that, it's really good. What are you going to give it? I'm going to do this, I think. I'm going to do this. I'm going to give it a shot.
Would I do this?
That's the question you got to ask yourself, right? I don't know if you would, to be honest.
I don't think I would.
Yeah,
Because obviously, as being the kids, would you carry a badge with a dollar bill in?
You know what? That's what I love about your magic, right? You know, I've seen kids in the past that do magic, right?
Yeah.
Will you stop fiddling with the elastic band? I've seen kids in the past that do magic, and they try to like do adult magic as a kid. Do you know what I mean? I remember seeing this one kid years and years and years ago, and he was like, he was doing this full-on mystical presentation. When I lived up in the hills in China, I met a monk, and it's like, dude, you're 12. Like, no, you didn't. But I love the fact that you're doing stuff with cubes, you're doing stuff with elastic bands, you're doing stuff with Lego. That's what I love about that. And I love the fact that you said, I wouldn't do this because it's too adult for me. I totally agree. Totally agree. You would not be walking around with a little name tag. You just wouldn't. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to give this. I'm going to give this 89%. It's good. Bit fiddly.
79.
79% from Ryland. 89% from me. Now we're going to go into another review. One of your favourite creators, Taiwan Ben. Let's go into that right now.
Next up, we're going to be looking at Cap Stack by Taiwan Ben.
And this is Cap Stack. You love this, don't you?
Yes.
Ryland absolutely loves this. He said to me earlier on that he's going to have this in his pocket and he's going to do it all the time, and it's just going to be his new go-to.
It would be cool if you just had like 20 of them. Just go.
It's great everyday carry. This is because you talk about everyday carry stuff that makes sense to have on you. These, like bottle caps, they're the sort of thing that you could have on you. And even if you're kind of thinking Craig's talking rubbish, you wouldn't carry a bottle cap on you. But what you would carry is, like, let's say you have these bottle caps with you and you finger palm one of them and you go, you know what, I'm going to do something with, there's a table over there, I'm going to grab this bottle cap. And you just pretend to grab a couple of bottle caps from around the place. I think this is really organic. Now, we haven't told everyone what the effect is. How about you perform it? Okay, we'll get Ryland to perform it because I think this is really cool. And then when he's performed it, we'll talk about what we think.
Ready?
Yeah?
I'm going to show you something using bottle caps. Are they normal? Can you balance them?
Can I balance them? Dude, give me a minute. No, Roland, I can't balance them. No, it's impossible to balance.
Can you not balance them?
It's impossible.
So you can't, like, just balance them?
No, you go your hands are too high. I don't think people can see.
So you can't balance them?
No.
Well, I can.
What?
Right there. Right there.
What?
If I get this one, and get this one, and see that in the right place. There.
What? No way.
The first one, the second, and that is the third.
That's crazy. So that is Cap Stack, and as you can see, it's a kind of an impossible object. Balance routines have been very, very popular recently. Angelo Carbone had his House of Cards, and Joshua J had his balance routine that he put out. This is kind of a pocket version using stuff that you just expect to have lying around. It's an impossible balance of three.
I'm going to have this through the whole video now.
Well, show them how easy it is to pull apart.
You just go, it's the first one. It's the second.
And the key thing is, the thing you guys need to understand is this is examinable at this point. Like, you could give people these caps and they're just not going to be able to do what you did. They're not going to be able to balance them. Yeah, they're just not going to be able to balance them. It's just impossible. Which makes it really, 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 really strong. And Taiwan Ben on the tutorial, I really appreciated the tutorial. So he went through everything with a fine-tooth comb as to how these caps work. And then he went through lots of different variations of how you could do this. So he talks about how you can balance the three caps on a deck of cards. He talks about how you...
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you can. You just need a special card, which he gives you. He gives you the thing to make the special card. And then you can have the special card on top of the deck and you can balance the caps up on top of a deck of cards. Cool. He also talks about how you can take one of the caps and put it onto a bottle of pop. So you can have one of the caps, the red one he talks about, and put that on an actual bottle. So you're holding the bottle with the cap on it, and you take the cap off, show it, put it back on, and then you balance the other two caps on the cap that's on the bottle. So you're holding the bottle, and the caps are balance
But
stuff.
if you actually put one of them on an actual bottle, you take the lid off, you'll be able to put that in a slot so it won't come off.
Yeah.
You can just have them stacked up.
Exactly, yeah. Which is a really...
So you don't need to hold anything, just
No.
it's standing there and the caps are just bouncing.
Yeah, which would look absolutely amazing as well. It's got lots of different options with it as well, and it's got lots of different options when you get to the point where...
For one of those people who you can have, like, carry it, like, on your foot. Like, you know, those people that have it like that.
Yeah.
That'll look cool. Like, you're balancing something that's balancing something that's balancing it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, and that's the thing. And
Have a bottle, put it on your foot, and then grab like there, and you can just have it walk around like that. You're just holding your close-up case, and you go, "Hello, I'm a magician."
Trust you to think of something like that. Yeah, and it's really, you know, they're really organic. They look really good. I mean, there's nothing else to say. He's got lots of different variations of how to separate them. So you saw Ryland do the blow. He's got one where he flicks it like that, and it flies out. Lots of different versions, lots of different ideas, lots of different concepts. What are you doing now?
Nothing. See, nothing.
But yeah, I mean, there's nothing else really to say about it. It is really good. The one thing, again, it's the same as with the Jota thing. I think this is like £60 for 3 caps. £60 for 3 caps. Now, in all fairness, yeah, you couldn't make this, mate. There's absolutely no way you could make these as good. No, you couldn't make this. I know you fancy yourself as a gimmick builder. You cannot make these. These are so well made. Oh, look at you! Look at you exposing the trick. These are so well made. It's ridiculous.
I want to try flick it now.
Well, there goes £60. All right. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else to say about it. They're fun to play with. They are very expensive, but despite what Ryland says, they are made to last a lifetime. Like these are really good, and you'd throw them into your pocket if you're doing a restaurant. Like I think in your residency, I would have these. Like just put them in your pocket, and when you want to do the trick, you could just take them out and say, "Here, examine those for me, can you?" And then magic for me is all about making the impossible possible.
Yeah.
Showing people something that just doesn't make any sense. And this is the perfect example. You know, this reminds me a little bit of Henry Harris's tornado cube that you do. Yeah. You know, it's impossible to spin a cube on a finger.
Like it's impossible to change paint colour.
Okay, whatever. Yes, you've been studying Joe Reinfleet. We know that. I love this. Despite the price, I think this is amazing.
Yeah.
He's stolen these off me. There's no way he's going to let me have them. But I'm going to get a set for myself. I'm going to give this 95%. I think this is great. What are you giving it?
I'm going to give this 97.
97%. 97% from Ryland, 95% from me. They work really well. It's easy to do. You don't require a table. It's an instant reset. You can do it anytime, anywhere. They're fully examinable at the beginning and at the end. Nobody will ever find the secret. And it's a really cool effect as well. I love it.
Unless you're the magician.
No, obviously. Right, so next up we have Cupcake by Bacon Magic. And Cupcake by Bacon Magic and Milo Chen is basically what is in essence a mini chop cup. I'm going to tell you exactly what you get with this.
But you can do lots of other things.
Yeah. Get my purse with my coins in it. I'll tell the guys exactly what they get with this. You know, the purse I was using. So what we have here is we have a little cup. Can you come back, Ryland?
And just opening it for you.
No. Right, just bring me the purse, please. Thank you. Cheers, mate. So what we have here is we have a little plastic cup. Very well made, and it's chopped at the bottom. You also have 3 monkey balls. You have one normal ball, and this is a chopped ball. So it's magnetic, so you could use this as a mini chop cup, and you wouldn't have a problem. Yeah, it's not that bad in terms of, whenever I do a chop cup, I always try to see how good it is in terms of the level of the magnet. That's not great. It's all right. It's all right. Maybe you get used to it. I don't know. It's a little bit too strong. And because the problem I'm having, because it's a padded surface, I'm dislodging it and it's kind of almost getting sucked back up by the magnet. I think the magnet's a little bit too strong. I can feel it going down and going back up again.
Yeah, same. I can hear it. I can even hear it.
Yeah, I think you'd have to play around with the strength of it's gone back up again now. In the hand, it wouldn't be a problem. So maybe, I mean, it is small. have it disappear, put it here, snap, have it come back there. Maybe it's working out the strength of the magnet, I don't know. But it's a chop cup, in essence.
Yeah,
and as well as being a chop cup, and I've never seen this before, and this is quite an innovative idea, this is also a slot cup. Now, what a slot cup is, if you don't know what it is along the base of the cup, there is a rim, okay, which allows it to hold one coin back. So let's say you're using $4 half and I put them in the action of tipping them out, there's 3 coins there. 1 coin has disappeared, and that's because the cup has held it back. So I can put this here, and I could make it appear whatever I wanted to do. The slot cup function works very, very well, as you can see. The slot cup function works very, very well. So you have a slot cup and you have a chop cup built into one cup, which is a very innovative idea. And I only wish that they actually spent a bit more time on the tutorial, because they basically just presented 3 tricks, 3 very, very, very simple tricks that they did to music, and they didn't really explain the sleights. It was a little bit like an N series type tutorial. It was very substandard in terms of the teaching. You just saw it being done to music and you kind of had to figure it out, which I think is the worst possible way of teaching sleight of hand, especially when it comes to coins and small objects. I was able to work my way through it, but I really do think they could have put a much better tutorial together. There is so much you could do with this. My mind is racing with ideas with this prop. There's so much you could do with it. Yeah, you and I were playing with it, weren't we? And we were like, oh, you could do this, and you could do this, and you could do this, and this would be really cool. But they don't really go through anything. That's the problem. Very, very limited. I'm going to show you a coin routine so you can have a look at what a coin routine looks like with this. Let's have a look at that performance right now. Ryland.
Yeah?
I've got a little black cup.
Okay.
Inside the black cup, there's coins. 1, 2, 3 coins. 3 American half dollars. 50-cent pieces, silver coins. They can't go through the cup because the top of the cup is solid. The sides of the cup are solid, correct?
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and do some magic. Watch the cup. Watch the 3 coins. If I do that, it looks like one of the coins has disappeared, but really, it's gone right through the cup. How good's that?
That's good.
Should we do it again for you?
Yeah.
Look, one coin is there. Can you see it?
Yeah.
I'm going to cover it up, right? These 2 coins go over here, so you've got 2 over here. This time I'm not going to make it. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
That was the sound of the second one go through the cup. That's coin number 2. How weird is that? So we've got 2 coins gone, 1 coin left to go. You can take those 2 coins, put them in the cup yourself. If I told you I could get those 2 coins out of the cup, would that be good?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Shoot.
Yeah, I don't mean like that. I'm going to do it by magic. Are you ready?
Yeah.
You can even put your hand out yourself and put your other hand on top. Keep your hand down there, everyone can see the cup. Watch the final coin going through the back of your hand, through the front of your hand, through the cup, tip them out, and you will see that inside there now are all 3 coins. So there you go. That was a coin routine using the slot function, which is really cool. Obviously, if you're going to use the... I don't know why they've given you 3 balls. I mean, I imagine they had an idea in mind, but they didn't go through anything in the tutorial. They only went through one idea in the tutorial with the ball, and it was kind of a very simple transposition with a ball and a coin, which is okay, but I think it could have been more fleshed out. But I'll perform that for you as well, so you can see what that looks like. Let's have a look at that right now. Right, I'm going to show you a trick with a ball and with a cup. If I told you I could get the ball in the cup, would that be good?
Yeah.
Okay, not impressed. Not impressed with my magic dad humour. Okay. Look, I'm going to do something even more impressive. Watch the cup, watch the ball. If I do this, donk, what happens is the ball becomes invisible and then goes through the cup. What? That's what happened. It became invisible, it waited a second, and then went through the cup. That's what you call dealing with a mistake. Now, where's the ball? It's in the cup, right? Look, if I take it out, do you know what happens? What? It turns into a coin. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. Pretty good, right? Now, I'll tell you what. Look, we'll try and do this again. You take the coin, you drop it into the cup yourself. Do you see the coin in the cup? Yes. All I have to do is snap. Do you know what happens when I snap?
What?
It turns into a ball, dude.
A big red ball.
A big red ball. So amazing.
Ball.
But check this out. Watch this. Watch this. I'm going to make it go through the cup one more time. Are you ready? Yeah. But watch this. 1, 2... As it does, it goes right through and it turns into a coin. That's the coin, that's the cup. That's the trick. And there you go. That's the routine. I quite like that ball thing where the ball turns into the coin and the coin turns into the ball. But I think they've really missed the boat on this. I think that they could have really kind of put there could have been more added value with this. They could have kind of put a whole project together with multiple routines and multiple ideas. If I had bought this out, if this was an idea that I had, and I wish I had, to be honest, because this is a really good idea, I would have packed this full of information. I would have gone through a full chop cup routine, a full mini chop cup routine. I would have gone through a whole bunch of coin routines, and then I would have had a third section that combines the coins and the balls. Unfortunately, they haven't done that, and it's a shame. And the stuff that they have put on there, because they've done it silently to music, it's going to be quite difficult for people to follow what's going on and learn it. And because of that, I think a lot of people are going to be putting this in their bottom drawer, which is a shame, because I don't think it deserves to be in the bottom drawer. I just think it deserves to be performed. But the instructions are so substandard that I think people aren't going to follow it. I just don't think people are going to follow it. So what have you got to add on this, right? That's my thoughts.
Can you do it at that table? I don't think you can do it.
Nah, you'd need a table for all of this. Yeah, I think you'd really struggle. You might be able to put.
Could you do it in stage?
Absolutely, too small. Too small for stage. Yeah, too small for stage.
Probably perfect for parlour and close up.
Yeah, perfect parlour and close up. You also don't need a close up pad. Because of how it works, you can do it on any surface. In fact, to be honest, I think the close-up pad is stopping the chop cup from working as well as it could be. So yeah, you don't need a close-up pad. Yeah. Any other questions? Angles are fine. Reset, instant, examinable to a point. I mean, they could examine the coins and they can look at the cup. If they were going to put the coins in the cup and tip them out, they might see how things are going on. But I don't think people would do that. It's good. It's just a very substandard tutorial, so you're going to have to be prepared to put your own work in. But I'm going to give this 85%. I think this is good. I'm going to do it. I'm definitely going to play around with it. I know you are as well. I'm giving it 85%. It's good. I just think it could have been better. What about you?
Yeah.
85% as well. Have you forgotten how to speak?
Yeah, 85%.
85%. Sorry. Hang on. Would you like us to do a ventriloquist act instead? Yeah, but 85%.
I'm not as good at ventriloquist.
He's practicing to be a ventriloquist.
Shut up right now.
As you can see, he's practicing and doing a very bad job at it. But you know.
Shut up. I need to shut up right now. I'm Coach Tretty and I need to shut up.
Should we move on to the next trick?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Okay, so the trick number 4 that we're going to be looking at this week is by the makers of Infinity Wine. Remember that wine, you pour water into the glass and it turns into wine?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it's by the makers of Infinity Wine.
Oh, that one.
Yes, that one. Didn't you realise it was the
and
same
you can
company?
do it multiple times.
Yeah, you can do it multiple times. This is by the makers of that. It's basically along a very similar concept but different. What you have here is you have a glass that is specially gimmicked, and you also get some other stuff as well. And what all of this stuff together allows you to do is basically have this routine where water is changing into various different types of drinks.
You get lemon, you can turn it into mint, you can turn it into like wine or strawberry juice.
Or grenadine, as they say from on the tutorial.
Yeah.
So you can change it into 3 different colours. When you drink it, you can't have somebody drink it, because if they drink it, it'll taste like water.
Yeah. There is subtitles because on the tutorial they speak French.
Not all the way through, but in the performances they do, and there is subtitles. There's pros and cons to this. I do like this. Overall, I do like this. You do as well.
Yeah.
But there's pros and cons to this. I'm going to talk about the pros and cons in a minute, but first of all, we're going to get Ryland to perform it for you.
When I'm at home, my mum always makes me drink water. What she did is she gets the water and pours it into the glass. Now, I don't really like water, so I just... I drink it. And then sometimes when my mum does it, I secretly turn it into strawberry. And one of my favourites when she does it is, and I turn it into mint. Now what my favourite is when she does it, is my favourite is to turn it into lemon.
So that was a great performance, Ryan. That was really, really good. I've got some thoughts on this, but first of all, let me ask you a question. How hard is this? Because Infinity Wine, you always say to me, that's the easiest trick you've ever learned, Infinity Wine. Just got to pour water in the glass and job
As
done.
long as you don't spill it, you can just go... trick done. It's self-working, Infinity Wine. This, you need to do a bit thing, but it's not that hard. You just got to put it over something and just pull. And it's literally... All you gotta do is you gotta have them do it like this. You suck all the water, and you can do it in just like you put it in once you're finished, and you can just go and you're done.
Yeah.
You just put it down.
So it's not
action. You can be done.
So it's not that hard. It's not that hard.
Not that hard.
Okay. It's not an instant reset. You talked about Infinity Wine. You can do it over and over and over again, which you can. This is not an instant reset, is it? This is something that. How long does it take to reset? Because you reset it a few times now.
I don't know, about 5 minutes or so. 5 minutes.
Yeah.
15 minutes.
About 5 minutes, something like that.
5 to 15 minutes.
5 to 15 minutes. So it's something that you do in a show or as a one-off piece. You also wouldn't want to do this close up, because if people are really close up to you, they kind of see what's going on, wouldn't they? With Infinity Wine, you could literally be close up and you could do it. But with this, you have to be a little bit further away, don't you?
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
So you got to be a little bit further away, so it's not as practical.
That's why we filmed it far away.
Yeah.
Like,
so it's not
in the place it's positioned right now.
Yeah. So it's not as practical as Infinity Wine is the point we're trying to make here.
Yeah.
But you have got the moment where you get 3 different colours. Now, they also offer a mentalism presentation as well, where you have a choice of about 7 or 8 drinks, and then you pour the water into the glass, and as you do, it turns into the drink that they've named, which is
Could
really
that be
quite...
false?
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's because you can use the glass, if you think about it. You missed this part of the tutorial. You can use the glass as a multiple out. Think about it. Think about how you could use the glass as a multiple out. So you could say, look, I've got wine and I've got lemon and I've got strawberry here.
Yeah.
But you could also have Coca-Cola, because you can combine them. So you can have you can have like 8 or 9 drinks, and you can have them name one, and when you pour the water into the glass, it's going to basically change
apple juice and mint.
Exactly. So it's got a mentalism application, but to be honest, the way that I would do it... I don't think you would
use Coca-Cola, though, because Coca-Cola's not like red, it's like a brownish.
I think that the best way to use this is in a kid's show.
Yeah.
I think kids would love this. I think that, your presentation that you used there about, hey,
my mum does this, I'm a magician, and what I do is to just say, when she's turning back to get my sister a drink, I just go...
Because let's be honest, you're a kid. Isn't that like, part of kids' entertainment is doing something that the kids would really like to do? Let's be honest, how many times has your mom given you a glass of water and you're like, oh, I wish that was Sprite?
Yes.
And if you could magically
now, the
turn
new magic
that...
thing.
Yeah, if you can magically turn that into Sprite, now that would be real magic, right? So I think it'd work really well in a kid's show. I think it would work really, really well in a kid's show.
If you could do that in real life, just say, okay, I don't want it, but... We'll just get my sister a drink, okay?
So, yeah, I mean, the pros are it's not performable in close-up situations, and it's not an instant reset, unlike Infinity Wine. The pros are, however, it's relatively easy to do. It looks really great. It's very, very visual.
Yeah.
And it's very fooling. When
they did it on the tutorial, I was like, wait a second, how does that work?
Yeah, exactly. Now I
think you might be able to fool a magician with that.
I think you probably can. I'm not going to do it. I think it's good, but I'm not going to do it. So I'm going to give it 79% because I think it's awesome. But I think you should do it because I think that, especially as a kid, I think
after
you've already filmed it for Instagram. You like it so much, haven't you? You've already filmed it for your Instagram.
Yeah, after about you've done it like 50 times or so, you're probably going to need to get like a refill back.
They sell refills though, but yeah, that's a very important thing to point out. Yeah. So I'm going to give it 79%.
That's like 50 though. That is a lot. Though.
Yeah. So I'm going to give it 79%. What are you giving it?
I'm gonna give it.
Go on.
95.
95%. There you go. 95% from Ryland. 79% from me. It's good, but there's things that you need to bear in mind. But it is good. It is a good routine. Okay, so the final trick that we've got on this week's show is Tango Magic. It's their own brand of coin, the TUC coin.
I thought I saw them before though.
Yeah, but they've just brought it out in replica silver Morgan dollars. These aren't real Morgan dollars; they're replica Morgan dollars. But they look
so much like
yeah,
it.
they look.
If you gave that to someone, they would think that's real.
Yeah, they look like real Morgan dollars. They feel like real Morgan dollars. They are replicas. But you've got a gimmicked coin here. Now, I like this coin. I think this is a really good coin.
Yeah, it's really
I
good.
prefer the flipper coin, the split coin, and the shell, but that's just me. I know a lot of coin workers that swear.
Typical dad.
Yeah. I know a lot of coin workers that swear by this coin, and I do understand why people swear by it, because it is really good. It is a really...
swear.
No, it's an expression. They swear by it. They have to have it in their act, right? Yeah. I know a lot of coin magicians that swear by this coin and they use it all the time, because let's be honest, if you don't know what this coin is, first of all, you get 3 regular coins, yeah?
Yeah, 3 regular.
And then you get this coin. Now, this is magnetic, so you can throw it from hand to hand, and it looks just like one coin, but in essence, you've got the ability to make a second coin appear at any point that you want to, and you've got the ability to make that coin disappear. Now, unlike a flipper coin, if you handed this to somebody, they would see what was happening, so you can't really hand it out for examination.
A flipper coin, you examined it. You let me examine it. I was like, I thought that was a flipper coin, but you can't open it.
Yeah, exactly. And I love handing out flipper coins.
Coin.
And the other advantage of a flipper coin is, obviously, the coins will automatically vanish. You know, you can throw them up in the air and they'll disappear. This is not the case. However, what you do have here, in many ways, this is better than an expanded shell, because you know, you've got this moment where, you know, the coin's here, and then you've got a second coin. The disadvantage with it is, obviously, it won't fit.
You can do this with it.
The disadvantage is you can't put it on every coin. You know, the regular coins won't fit inside the shell part to this. You have to have the insert in there. So that's something to bear in mind, because obviously if you're doing routines, like I do a lot of routines with a shell, where I've got like maybe 3 regular coins and all 3 of those coins need to fit inside a shell. But with this, that's the only coin that fits. You're just standing there doing coin magic.
Yeah, I just took it and I went like, I just had that there and had that there.
Surely dollars are too big to your hand. No, they're not. Okay. But yeah, I mean, that's what it is. It's a really nice coin. I prefer the shell. I prefer the flipper coin. Let me just quickly perform a routine for you. This is something. No, not yet. This is something that you can do. This is an example of some of the things that you can do with this coin. So I'll do a performance of like a production and a 3 fly. Let's have a look at that. Okay, Ryan, I'm going to show you something with a piece of nothing. Can you see that nothing?
Yes.
Well, if I take that nothing and rub it, I can turn it into a coin. That's a silver American dollar. That's a walking... No, it's not. It's a Morgan dollar.
Yeah, I have a walking liberties, and it does not look like
that. Well, I'm gonna do this again. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Watch. You see, that's coin number 1, but there's a second coin right there. That's coin number 2. You see, I can do that one. Of course, this coin is weird because if I squeeze it, it looks like it disappears. It does disappear. So the question is, where does it go? Well, it's right there. You can't see it until I put it there, and then it's back again. How weird's that? Now, the strange thing is, if I hold the 2 coins here and I do this, one of them jumps into this hand. It's kind of weird, right? There's another coin right there. You can't see it until I do this, and when I do that, that's a 3rd coin. Now we've got 3 coins. Now we can do the trick. So I want to watch very carefully. Yeah, the trick's only just started. How incredible is that? The trick has only just started. But this is the trick. The idea is that I'm going to take the coins. That's 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to make them jump from this hand to this hand. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Watch, if I just do this, yeah? I do it fast enough, the first coin jumps at the tips of the fingers. I'll do that again for you. So what happened is the coin started off at the bottom here and it jumped over there. How many over this side? 2, right?
Yeah.
And how many over here? There's 1 there. No, there's only 1 there. 2 there, 1 there. You're saying how many you can actually see because you're looking at it from behind. They see 2 and 1. But if I do that, that's the second one across, right? That's coin number 2. The last one, are you ready? Watch the last one. From here to here. There it... Oh no, I've gone the wrong way. It went back the other side. That happens sometimes. I tell you, let me just take 1 into the hand. I'll put 1 over there. There we go. So we've got 2 here, 1 here. I do that, and that's all 3 coins. That's 1, 2, 3 coins jumping from one hand to the other. So there you go. I mean, what would you give this, Ryan?
I'm going to give this 98.
You give it 98%. I'm going to give this
Which means I will do it.
Yeah, I'm going to give this 90%. I like it. As I say, I don't really use this very often. I've got a couple of different ones, and I think they're great. It's just that for the routines that I use, I've got better ways, or at least better for me. I've got better ways of doing what I need to do without having to use this coin. But that's not to say this is not a good coin. It's a great coin. It's an innovation when it comes to coin gimmicks, and it is a step forward in many different ways. And if you buy it, you'll have fun fiddling with it because it is very fiddleable. Yeah, fiddle with that. But yeah, it's really fun. You know, you can play around with it for ages, and you should learn some routines with that. You know, I know you've never really played with it before, but there's so much you can do. So yeah, there you go. If you want a fun coin gimmick to play with that allows you to do coin magic without really that much effort, then this is one you want to go for. It's recommended.
And that's another review show in the bag. And that's another review show in the bag. And that's another review show in the bag.
Thank you. It is another review show in the bag, guys. Thank you so much for joining us once again on Magic TV. We hope you have enjoyed this bumper 5-trick Magic TV episode. Now, don't forget, if you want to see more videos like this, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. We're going to be back again next Wednesday with another Craig and Ryland review show. And I'm going to be back tomorrow on Thursday with the Magic stuff at 9 o'clock, a shorts at 2 o'clock, and at 6 o'clock at Magic Live. Don't forget, NETRIX is now open for business. www.thenetrix.com. You can sign up for a month, and it's, cancel anytime, although not many people are because they're really enjoying being a part of the community. And also, if you want to, don't forget to follow this guy on Instagram.
When I tap your back, I want you to open your mouth.
I was talking about your Instagram channel.
I know. So.
What, do you want me to open my mouth?
Yeah,
this
when
is
I
gonna
tap
be.
your back.
Are you still with the ventriloquist? Honestly, you're getting a glimpse into my life right now. It's magic, circus skills, and ventriloquism 24/7. He's the worst ventriloquist in the world. Go on.
See you later, alligator. I hate you so much. Daddy, why did you say that? I'm gonna go have football now.
I'll see you again next week. Follow him on Instagram. We'll see you again soon. I'm Craig.
I'm Ryland.
Take care. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.